Hi guys, today we're going to talk about the Spigen case for the 12 Pro Max. This is the Turf Armor, really cool case, very popular. Stay tuned, let's crack on. Right, let's start with the design. In terms of looks and branding, the branding looks really good on this case. On the side here you can see that they've got Turf Armor printed here on the side, and the power button's got PWR. Nothing too crazy. On the other side, on the sides there's nothing, but at the back you've got, on the kickstand itself, you've got a Spigen. And that's it in terms of branding. I think the lettering looks quite modern, and ideally I wouldn't have it so big, especially here on the side, the Turf Armor, but I don't really mind it. I actually like the font they used. It does give an idea of modern, almost futuristic style, so I really like it. The design itself is fantastic. At the back it's got this nice opening here where the logo is, which serves two purposes I think for me. One is for looks and the other one is added grip. With the looks, yes, sometimes you want to be reminded of the color of the phone that you bought, right? I bought the gold iPhone 12 Pro Max, and sometimes with some cases you can't really tell which color you bought until you turn the phone around and you see the rims on the camera module. Then you know, alright, that is the gold one that I bought. But you know, other than that, you don't really see. Some other cases you can see the rim, the gold rim. With the Turf Armor, it actually covers the front, so you can't really see when you put the phone down facing up. You can't really see the color of the phone that you bought. Now, please don't go hating. I know that the gold color has divided many people online. Some people hate it, but some people love it. I happen to love it, so hashtag gold gang. But I agree with a lot of people that when you look at it, it's not really gold, is it? Having said that, this opening for me also serves the second purpose, which is of added grip. It's a really nice place to rest your finger when you're talking on the phone, or just holding the phone, or just kind of texting or doing whatever you're doing. Some of the other cases that I reviewed in the channel are quite flat here, and some of them are quite boring when you look at it. Whereas with this one, there's that nice fidgety feel to it. So you know what I mean. It's not boring. In terms of protection, they have this nice air cushion. Let me just show you here, which looks really cool, but this is not about looks, right? Is this air cushion as strong as the protection that you see on the mouse case, for example? Probably not, but I have to say it does feel that you are getting some protection here. You know, it protects a lot more than many other cases out there, I think. Without me doing a super slow-mo shot here of the phone being dropped, it's hard to appreciate what this thing is actually doing. But speaking as someone who's constantly dropping their phone, I feel quite confident that if I was to drop my phone with this case on, the phone will be quite protected. The phone will be alright. Of course, I'd include a screen protection as well, but the phone itself feels really secure in this case. On the side here, let me just make sure you can see it. You can see that cushion is not just at the back of the phone, but also on the sides in important bits. When you feel with your finger, it actually does feel, this will be really hard to show on the camera, but we'll try. Oh yeah, you can kind of see that it is a cushioning sort of feel. And the opening, if you pull this opening forward, you can feel that it's a nice kind of rubberized material here between the case, the back of the case, and the phone. So there's quite a lot of protection here. So just putting the phone back again so you can see how it protects the camera module. So the camera module itself doesn't protrude, which is great. You know, when it comes to the design in this area, there are two types of design out there at the moment. Cases that have protruding kind of a lip coming up, and cases that have the recessed protection. This one is a recessed protection. Which one works best remains to be seen. I quite like the fact that when you put the phone down, it doesn't have that seesaw effect. You know, the phone is nice and solid, it doesn't go anywhere, and it's protecting the camera anyway. It doesn't wobble at all. Right, let's talk about this kickstand. Don't underestimate the usage of this. This is fantastic, such a clever little design. Personally, I think it could be improved even further by having a swivel technology. Again, you know, here we go, you're probably thinking another one of Alex's wacky ideas. Spigen, if you're looking for innovation ideas, here's one for you, for free. Make a round swivel here so that you can allow a vertical position as well. It's not really everyone's usage, I appreciate it, but you'd be surprised how much content is produced in this orientation and watched in this way as well. So yeah, at the moment you can watch it horizontally like that, which is quite upright, or if you turn the phone it lowers a little bit, so it's got a different angle to it. I think it's one of those features that you don't appreciate enough until you've used it once. When I'm changing between cases, I actually miss not having that kickstand. It's really useful. I also think you could do with a bit of a click. When you push it back to the standing position like that, it would be nice if it clicked into place. Right now it doesn't, it just kind of flops about. So it does click when you put it away like that. Sorry to interrupt guys, I'll be very quick. If you're enjoying this video, it would be great if you could hit that like button and look around my channel. If you like my stuff, there's loads more content here and loads more coming up. And if you like my content, it'd be fantastic if you could subscribe and join me on my journey as well. Right, let's crack on. Right, let's talk about the buttons. I think it might be slightly controversial here, but I hate these buttons. Not because they don't look great, they do. They're really nice and modern, but because functionally, they create confusion. I found myself turning the screen off and sometimes taking screenshots for no reason, or apping the volume instead of turning it down several times. There is absolutely no tactile way of working out which button you're pressing unless you're looking at the phone when you're doing so. Sometimes you just want to be discreet, or you might be trying to do this without getting the phone out of your pocket, and it's just really hard to know which button you're pressing. There's absolutely no feel on the power button and no feel here either, so there's no way of telling which button you're pressing, and because they're close together. Sometimes I try to use the mute switch to go, right, that is the app volume, this is the lower one, but it's still it's not the most friendly way of doing it. The mute switch itself, on the other hand, is the best I've ever tried. If you have sausage fingers like me, sometimes the openings in some cases are virtually impossible to reach. Not here. The Spigen Tough Armor is sausage finger friendly. The lovely marketing ladies and gents at Spigen, you're welcome. MagSafe or wireless charging. Can you charge your phone using this case? The answer is yes, technically, but it's a pain in the backside. Eventually, after frustrating yourself, you will find the precise spot when it works and it will charge your phone, but the connection isn't strong at all, and I'm pretty sure you won't get fast charging with this either. So just to give you an example, that's MagSafe. Okay, typically that connected the first time around. I'm probably too good at it now after trying for so many times, but there's no strong connection as you would with an Apple case, which is to be expected, but it does charge. If you're like me, not that bothered about the MagSafe anyway, then this case is really good. Another negative is that sometimes you forget to snap this little leg back into place, and it doesn't feel very strong. It's quite flimsy here, but that's not an issue because even in the instructions, they do say, don't worry if my kickstand comes off, right? It's not a defect, just insert it back in its place and enjoy it with the device. Not a major issue, but if you're out and about and this gets caught in your pocket or on a bit of clothing, you may not see that straight away, and then that's the end of that piece, and that's pretty much, ruined the case. It's not the lightest or the thinnest of the cases, as the plastic is very hard, but if you do drop it, it will be protected. Don't forget to add a screen protector as well, and check my other videos here on amazing screen protectors that I've done. I compared one for mouse, for example, and the hybrid glass, which for me is one of the best out there. And I also compared with the Rhino Shield, their Impact 3D or 3D Impact. It's not very grippy. It's not rubberized on the side or anything like that on the sides here, but it's just a very hard plastic, which is great. This TPU plastic will give lots of protection, but as I said, it's not the thinnest or lightest of the cases. This case is very stylish. The 12 Pro Max version, I'll just show you, again, it's got this nice yellow version. Comparing it with the 11 Pro Max that I've got here, they've changed it slightly, so you can see the 11 Pro Max was just black and pretty much kind of a one piece. It does still feel quite protective, but there's no air cushions on it, whereas this one, you've got this kind of extra padding here, which is really nice. That's it guys, that is the Spigen Tough Armor for the 12 Pro Max. They do have the same case for the 12 Pro and the 12 as well. So have a look at the description. I've left loads of links there for you. So yeah, don't forget to check my other videos guys. There's loads more on the 12 Pro Max, different cases, different accessories, lots more coming up as well. PlayStation 5 reviews, lots of things in there. Have a browse around, and if you like my stuff, please don't forget to subscribe. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Once I fell, but now I'm strong, I'm